Thousands of Christian refugees fear returning to their homes.
We begin our WorldWatch report in Erisa, India. Many victims of the violence by militant Hindus last fall are now being victimized again. The Catholic Archbishop of Erisa State says the situation for the Christians is still tense and frightening.
They may be attacked and they have nothing to go for. Everything has been looted or burned down. All those who went back to their homes and villages have been forced to become Hindus. Otherwise, they could not remain.
Archbishop Chen Ott says local authorities are doing nothing to stop the forced conversions. However, the Indian Supreme Court has ordered the state government to compensate victims of the recent violence in Kandhamal. And federal police have been sent in to protect the Christians from additional mob attacks.
In the largest Muslim nation of the world, Sharia law is gaining ground. Compass Direct News Service reports that states in half of Indonesia's 32 provinces have laws based on Sharia. Religious rights groups say the laws discriminate against religious minorities. They range from making women cover their heads in public to requiring school children to learn the Quran. A teacher in Aceh province says students need more.
Particularly in the education of the children, because they have to memorize what is in the Quran and to memorize some prayers, and that's enough for them. It seems that they don't need to learn more about the current event, general knowledge. So I think that's a hindrance for the new generation to help in the progress of Aceh.
Islamic political parties have backed a national version of such laws.
In the southern Philippines, the military is fighting a group of Muslim rebels.
In the midst of the violence, a Muslim village that used to be a haven for rebels is now sowing peace. Lucille Talusan has that story.
In the midst of the ongoing conflict between Muslim separatist rebels and the Philippines military, most of whom come from a Christian background, this is an extraordinary sight. Christians and Muslims shake hands in the name of peace in a village that used to be a haven for the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF. Before the year 2000, no Christian could enter Dalabayan. The Muslim residents hated all Christians, especially after soldiers burned down their houses in an all-out war against the MILF. Young students like Jasmine Moner had to stop going to school when their families were displaced.
I was really traumatized. I saw soldiers fire their guns. Pregnant women give birth. We did not have food, no water. What was worse is that even if we were not the enemy, Christians looked down on us. My schoolmates turned away from me.
But something good came out of this for the residents of Dalabayan. The Christian organization Project Islam, acronym for I Sincerely Love All Muslims, helped the Muslim villagers rebuild their houses and their lives. Pastor Lad Voluntad is Project Islam's dedicated worker in Dalabayan.
Our desire is to help the Muslims, to reach out to them in love, and by doing so, bring reconciliation between the Christians and the Muslims.
A few months ago, when nearby villages were being evacuated because of heavy fighting between the military and MILF rebels in their area, the residents of Dalabayan opted to stay to protect their village from being destroyed again.
We value our Christian brothers coming here, telling me that the Christian community are praying for us.
And for peace to remain in their community, Village Chief Sultan Moner strongly believes that their children should be educated. This is why he's very grateful for the free college education that the youth in Dalabayan receive through Project Islam. His daughter Jasmine was one of its scholars and is now working as a registered social worker in a Christian school.
This is now my passion, to help the people who helped me. I realized that if Christian people can help Muslims, then why can't Muslims help the Christians? I also want to show Christian children that Muslims can be their friends.
Because of Jasmine's success, her brother Margani, who was an MILF rebel for several years, decided to leave the renegade group and join mainstream society. He is now a scholar of Project Islam, a sophomore taking up criminology.
It was in a youth camp of Project Islam that I learned to forgive my Christian brothers. I chose criminology because I want to help maintain the peace and order in our community. I realized we need to study to fully understand the meaning of peace and love for others and country.
Through the years of sporadic fighting between Muslim rebels and Christian soldiers, the village of Delabayan has significantly been spared, and this is a sign of hope that people, regardless of culture and religion, still long for peace. Lucille Talusan, CBN News, Llano del Norte, Philippines.